Behind this door right now stands the world's largest animal, and it could burst out and go wild at any moment. Number 10. Siberian Tiger. Russia. The Siberian tiger, or scientifically Panthera tigris altaica, is a creature that lives deep in the taiga forests of Russia's freezing cold. Males with bodies exceeding 3 meters in length stand with their backs nearly reaching a child's shoulder height. Their weight can exceed 300 kilograms, but that's not the most surprising part. This animal can leap over 10 meters in a single bound, so even if it were standing 10 meters away from you, it would be right beside you in one move, in just a tenth of a second. And here's the astonishing fact. Scientists have documented that the Siberian tiger's claws are powerful enough to incapacitate a human skull with a single strike. Researchers in Russia have recorded that the tigers they tracked covered distances exceeding 60 kilometers per day. What's behind the next door? We're leaving Russia's cold behind and getting ready to meet the largest resident of the northern forests. Number 9. Moose. Canada. The moose, this giant living in the dense forests of North America and Canada, stands over 2 meters tall, measured at shoulder height. In other words, it's literally a door-sized animal. And its antlers are a whole other story. A male moose's antlers can span up to 1.8 meters from side to side. That's nearly the width of a doorway. But a moose doesn't just surprise you with its size. This animal can run up to 55 kilometers per hour and is an excellent swimmer. Scientists have recorded moose crossing distances exceeding 20 kilometers in a single swim. Encounters with these animals on roads have become so common in Canada that special warning systems have been installed nationwide to spot them. In 2019, in Alberta, Canada, a moose collided with a pickup truck. The result? The truck was totaled, and the moose walked on. The door has narrowed, but it will narrow further. The next animal comes from Africa. Number 8. African lion, Tanzania. Imagine the open plains of Africa. The temperature exceeds 40 degrees, and in the distance, a silhouette appears with its magnificent mane. The African lion, Panthera leo, this creature ruling the Serengeti plains of Tanzania, with males exceeding 250 kilograms in weight, is one of the world's most powerful terrestrial predators. Shoulder height exceeds 120 centimeters. That mane? Not just aesthetic, it protects the neck in fights and sends a message of power to rivals. What's truly impressive, though, is its voice. A lion's roar can be heard from 8 kilometers away. That's roughly the length of 80 football fields. And that sound isn't just a communication tool. It's territory defense, family unity, warning. The devastating effect of a single sound freezes everything on the savanna. In 2012, researchers in Tanzania documented that a single lion family actively protected an area of 400 square kilometers. That's an area nearly a third the size of Istanbul. It passed through the door. Magnificent, dignified, impressive. Number 7. Indian rhinoceros, India. The Indian rhinoceros, Rhinoceros unicornis, living in the swampy forests of India's Assam region, is a creature that is virtually a natural design marvel in terms of its size and appearance. Its weight can exceed 3,500 kilograms. Shoulder height reaches 1.8 meters. And that single horn, this structure that can grow up to 60 centimeters, is actually made not of bone, but of the same material as human fingernails, keratin. But what's truly impressive is its speed. Despite its massive bulk, the Indian rhinoceros can reach speeds of 55 kilometers per hour. In other words, it could race a motorcycle. And that armor-like skin? It reaches a thickness of 4 centimeters, the thickness of a bulletproof vest. In 2020, Kaziranga National Park in India was hit by a major flood disaster. Thousands of animals in the park were affected. But the Indian rhinoceroses? They swam for hours, evacuated, and survived without any human intervention. It passed through the door, but it nearly took the door down. The next one is the island monster. Number 6. Saltwater Crocodile, Indonesia. Welcome to the mangrove forests of Indonesia. Here, the boundary between water and land is blurry, and the animal that uses this blurriness best is the world's largest reptile. The saltwater crocodile, Crocodilus porosus, can exceed 6 meters in length and 1,000 kilograms in weight. And this animal is the only crocodile species that can live in both freshwater and saltwater and swim in the open ocean. In other words, it travels between islands, as if the sea were just a small pond to it. But the truly shocking thing is its jaw strength. When scientists measured the jaw force of the saltwater crocodile, the resulting figure was 16,000 newtons. This is the world's most powerful bite force, approximately 100 times the jaw force of a human. A force capable of crushing a car roof shut. In 2017 in Australia, researchers documented via GPS data that a saltwater crocodile covered 1,000 kilometers by swimming through the open sea in just a few weeks. That's the distance from Istanbul stretching to the coasts of Egypt. It passes through the door, silently, slowly, carelessly. Number 5. Hippopotamus, Botswana. Botswana's Okavango Delta, one of the world's largest inland delta systems. And inside this water, something floats like a giant balloon. The hippopotamus, Hippopotamus amphibius, weighing over 4,500 kilograms, with a body that puts barrels to shame, this animal spends most of the day in the water. But when the sun sets, it comes ashore and consumes 30 to 40 kilograms of grass in a single night. Here's the incredible truth. The hippopotamus cannot swim. Yes, you read that right. This giant doesn't know how to swim. It moves along the riverbed by walking or bounding. When submerged, it can hold its breath for up to 5 minutes, and it is built to simultaneously raise its eyes, ears, and nose above the water's surface. And that mouth that looks small? The two jaws can open to a 150-degree angle. This is one of the widest biting angles in the world. And the closing force, at approximately 2,000 newtons, surpasses many large predators. Scientists have measured that hippopotamuses can reach 30 kilometers per hour on land. That's faster than many people can sprint. It passed through the door, but the door stayed a little wet. The next animal is armored, dark, and twin-horned. Number 4. African rhinoceros, Zimbabwe. The white rhinoceros, Ceratotherium cymum, is in competition for the title of Africa's largest land mammal, and its weight can exceed 3,600 kilograms. Shoulder height is 1.85 meters. And those two horns, the front one, capable of exceeding 150 centimeters, holds the distinction of being the longest rhinoceros horn ever documented in history. So what sets this animal apart from other rhinos? The structure of its mouth. The white rhinoceros's lips are flat and allow it to graze by scraping grass from the ground, which is why the name white actually doesn't come from its color, but from the Afrikaans word wide, wide. Wide mouth, wide lip. In 2010, a study conducted in Zimbabwe recorded a white rhinoceros pushing a 2-ton vehicle sideways, tipping it over. The vehicle shifted 1 meter from its position, and the rhinoceros continued on its way. Number 3. African elephant, Kenya. The African elephant, Loxodonta africana, is the world's largest land animal. A male's weight can exceed 7,000 kilograms. Shoulder height reaches 4 meters. And that trunk, this organ capable of carrying 150 kilograms of weight, drawing in 300 liters of water, is simultaneously one of the world's most complex structures, operated by more than 40,000 muscles. But elephants aren't just big, they're smart. Their brain volume gives them the largest brain of any land mammal in the world, approximately 5 kilograms. They are among the rare animals that pass the mirror test. They recognize themselves in mirrors. When other elephants die, they mourn, and they visit the bones for years. In 2016 in Kenya, researchers recorded via GPS tracking that a herd of elephants found a water source 50 kilometers away with no visible signs. Their sense of smell is so powerful that they can even detect underground water. Number 2. Blue whale. USA, Pacific coast. Forget the door. Now even a building won't be enough. The blue whale, Balænoptera musculus, is the largest creature ever to have existed on Earth. They reach lengths of 33 meters. Their weight can exceed 200 tons. This weight is equivalent to approximately 40 African elephants. And the heart? The blue whale's heart alone is the size of an automobile, approximately 600 kilograms. And that heart beats so powerfully that its rhythm can be measured from 3 kilometers away with hydrophone devices. The blood vessels are so wide that a human could swim through them. But the most astonishing thing is its voice. The blue whale can produce a sound of 188 decibels, louder than a jet engine. And this sound travels up to 1,600 kilometers underwater. So if they made a sound from Istanbul, it could be heard from Tunisia. In a monitoring study conducted off the coast of California, USA, in 2021, it was measured that baby blue whales gain 90 kilograms per day, approximately 3.75 kilos per hour. A door? Next to this animal, a door doesn't even count as a speck of dust, but the next one is a creature even the blue whale respectfully steps back from. Number 1. Giant Huppen whale. Off the coast of Japan. Wait, 1 second. Everything you've seen up to now, tigers, rhinos, elephants, blue whales, was all preparation. Because now we're arriving at number 1 on the list. And this animal will change your sense of scale forever. The sperm whale, Physeter macrocephalus. This monster, living in the deepest darkness of the Pacific, off the coast of Japan, exceeds 20 meters in length and 80 tons in weight. But what makes it the world's number 1 is not its size, it's the head. This animal's head makes up 1/3 of its total body length, and inside that head, the largest brain ever to have existed in the world, approximately 8 kilograms, 6 times that of a human. But the truly devastating power is hidden elsewhere. The sperm whale produces the loudest sound of any living creature on Earth, 236 decibels. This sound can be felt even as vibration. For a human exposed at close range, this sound wave can have a physically incapacitating effect, powerful enough to shake bones. And the depth record. These animals can dive below 3,000 meters. That is, at a full 3 kilometers deep, in total darkness, under terrifying pressure, holding their breath for periods exceeding 90 minutes, they hunt. Their prey? Giant squid. Sometimes creatures with arms exceeding 10 meters in length and eyes the size of basketballs. And the marks of this battle remain on sperm whales forever. The circular scars and scratches on their bodies are evidence of these epic encounters in the deep. Scientists at a research station in Okinawa, Japan, recorded in 2014 that a sperm whale continued diving for 222 minutes. That is, 3 hours and 42 minutes. Nearly 4 hours in the dark, under pressure, without oxygen. This animal doesn't pass through the door goes to it. You saw 10 animals today, from the snows of Russia to the depths of Japan, from the tiger's claws to the sperm whale's sound. But did you notice this? Greatness is not just a measure. Every animal, in its own water, its own forest, its own darkness, has reached a perfect balance. Millions of years of evolution have carried each one to exactly where it needs to be. And at the end of this video, you are still standing in front of a door, But now you look at that door differently, don't you? If you liked this video, like, subscribe, and write in the comments. Which animal do you think should be on this list but isn't? In our next video, the world's 10 most venomous animals. Don't be fooled by appearances.